Hello guys, my name is Dr. Varun and you are watching chlorophyll classes only on YouTube. Well, I'm suffering from a cold, that's why my voice might be a little different than usual, but just bear for 2-3 days because almost I am recovered. That might be another reason why I'm not uploading very consistently because of the health issues. Let's just start it what we have to complete it. What we have to complete it, we were studying from the 11th class, that is morphology in flowering plants. And when we are studying morphology in flowering plants, we have already completed the vegetative morphology. Means we have talked about the leaf, we have talked about the stem, we have to talk about the roots. Okay, now we're going to be talking about the other thing. Now you know that in a plant, in an angiospermic plant, what another feature is present on it, and that is flower. So flower is what? It's the reproductive organ. Okay, so it is what reproductive morphology category that we're going to be studying. The first thing that we're going to studying is the inflorescence. What is the meaning of inflorescence? First of all, you should know that what is the meaning of the things and the examples which are given in NCERT. So we're gonna not focusing in this video with the examples because that are more to be ratified. What is ratified means cramming. Okay, here we're gonna be understanding the meaning of the words. Now here word floro coming. So floro means what? Floro means something flower. So inflorescence is what? It is the arrangement of flower on the floral axis. Floral axis means on the stem on which the flower will form, right? So how it is present on that stem, the flower arrangement is called as what? Inflorescence. This floral axis is also called as peduncle. Now there would be two different types of arrangements. Broadly, further there has a category inside these two only. So what are the major category, two major types of it? We have racemose and cymose. So what happened in racemose means your stem is growing. Means on, like, as it is growing sideways also there will be branches that will grow from the peduncle. Okay, so these branches that are growing means this is the main branch which we call it primary branch. It is giving rise to the secondary branches, right? We used to use the same word for the vegetative propagation. So here what happened, the primary branch always has the young flower, whereas the secondary branches will have what? Your older flower. So means flower will first form on the lower level. Why I have made it this circle means they are representing flower, and why I have made it its different sizes. If you see that this is bigger size, smallest, it tells us that here the old or big flower, because big flower will blossom up and they will become big in size. That is the way. So I will remember it what? That the base has what? Older flowers. Apex has, as you go keep on towards the apex, this is the base area, this is the apex area, right? As you keep on going apex, young flower will be present. This kind of arrangement of flower is called as acropetal. So how I will remember it? A for acro, A for apex. So apex will have the young flower. With respect to the young flower, we are remembering it. Another is cymose. In cymose, what happened? It is a basipetal, means opposite of racemose. Racemose says that apex has young flower. This says that the base has young flower and apex has the old flower. Means the stem grow and a flower came, then this flower came. So this will become what? This will become the primary, secondary branching. Okay. Now the next, so we will remember it B for what? Base. And we are saying that young will be present here. So this is what we know, that from A apex, B base, young flower. Okay, now sometimes this is what? Vertical growth, means stem is growing like this. Sometimes in some plant the stem grow like this. For example, the floral axis grow like this. Then we call it what? Then we call it as a horizontal vertex through which it is going, and then we call this horizontal floral axis as the receptacle. Means there will be different things will be coming from it, and a bunch kind of a thing will be there. Bunch arrangement would be seen in case of sunflower. Okay, now this racemose thing has further types. So these are the types of it. So if there might be a long peduncle, there will be short peduncle, reduced peduncle, and flattened. Of course, earlier we used to remember the examples of these also, but right now if you don't remember, that's totally fine. We should know that these things existed because these words can come later on during the floral families when you will be studying. So here we will understand that racemose has certain types. If you don't remember these, that also fine. Okay, let's just see this. What are they? So we have total 9 of them present. More than this is also present, but we put them all what into a special type of arrangement. So the first one is what we have raceme. So in raceme it's very simple. This is a floral axis, older, new, further new, further new, further new. Simple thing. It is what a typical racemose type of it, which we have studied. Then we have spike. In spike, what happened? That all of your flower grows closer to the apex. Of course, the lower will have, the base will have the old flower. So look, bigger flower, small flower. Okay, which is, I told you, explained you what you have to see. But in spike, what happened? Close to the peduncle, only the flower is forming. The flower is not specially forming another stem or pedicle kind of a thing. So this is what spike. Next is what? Next we have our spikelet. Spikelet means what? These are similar like spike but a different way. Seen in, this is also called a spanicle. So we basically has what? We have your plant, okay, where the initial ones, they will be what? They will be fertile, infertile flowers will also be present on it. Okay, so these are what? These are considered as a panicle type of it. Okay, then we have spidex. Spidex is this kind of thing where what happened? There is a covering sheath present around the inflorescence. Okay, so means this sheath, can you see? It is present around this inflorescence and then it goes down into it. Okay, anything, any pollen and all the things. So these are what? Spidex, seen in case of banana, which is the red color covering you might have seen. Okay, so this is what spidex. Then we have catkin. In catkin, what happened? It's very fragile. Fragile means what? There's a stem through which this peduncle comes, and on this a bunch of flowers are present. This is very weak peduncle present into catkin. Okay, then we have comb. On comb, what happened? This is your floral axis. On it, all of these flowers that are forming, they come on a common level. Can you see that all of them are horizontally present at a common level? So this is what? This is your comb type of it. Umbel. In umbel, what happened? This has what? A kind of a reduced peduncle. Like this is the floral axis and the peduncle do not form much. From here, multiple flower comes on the similar level and forms like what? Umbrella shape, right? So umbel kind of word has been given to it. Compound umbel is what? That from here multiple umbel. There was not individual, there were multiple umbels present into it. Okay, then we have capitulum. Capitulum is what? That this is the receptacle that is present on this. Different flowers are present. Here what happened actually? The horizontal growth case arises. Means this one will be seen in case of sunflower where it will belongs to it. Okay, so this is the basic you have to remember. Then similarly come for the cymose. If you don't remember these, it's okay, just remember a little bit of it. Don't get really tensed about it if you are not getting these things, because these are little extra. Okay, so cymose is what? Uniparous, diparous and multiparous. Uniparous means what? That single side only one stem will grow. Okay, means one step happen, it grow like this, grow, grow, grow. Diparous means one is the main stem, then two grow, further two in each. Multiparous means from single multiple branching growths are being seen. Here in the uniparous we have helicoid or scorpoid. Helicoid means that one grow, this grow, this grow, this grow, this grow. Means in one clockwise manner it will grow like this way. Okay, whereas scorpoid, what happened? It grows, means it keep on growing towards the top level. Okay, so this is what? Cymose type. Cymose has this. After this we have a special type of arrangement. Even the capitulum is considered, which I have taught you in the racemose, only considered as a special type. So we have three: xanthan, hypothodium and verticillarium. Now Cythenium. Okay, this is seen what here what happened. There is what no corolla and petal present. Okay, means no corolla and calyx present. Petal and corolla is same. Okay, no petal and sepal present. What happened? There is a covering of the thalamus only which covered all the structure. So here what happened? The female comes out. The male also has to comes out if they want to fertilize anything, even this or the other ones. So this kind of arrangement is there. Then we have Hypanothodium, which is seen in the banyan tree. Banyan tree genus is what? Ficus. Remember it. Okay, banyan tree, which kind of roots present? Prop roots present. Okay, so remember these facts. So Hypanothodium is from the banyan characteristic, where what happened? If you see that they have covering like this present and the male and female part present inside it. So now what happened? Initially, like there is an opening over here. Okay, so what happened here? First, there will be what? There will be male flowers present. Then in between this area would be what? Sterile fiber present, means which do not have a male structure or the female reproductive gametes present. Okay, and the lower level would be what? Your female would be present over here. Now what happened? The pollen has to be dusted on these female which are present on the lower angle. Now here I tell you that very special type of pollination that is occurring for it. Okay, so of course they can dust it, but what if they can't dust it? So what happened? This is the opening. Through this opening, the insects goes inside. Okay, when the insect is going inside, it will move here. So what will happen? All the pollen will be dusted on its body. Then the insects will go down or somewhere here and there. The female sticky stigma will capture or stick with it. Okay, those pollen, and what? Fertilization occur. Meanwhile, since insect will be strapped, it don't know how to go out from this area. Okay, so this is also what a trap door mechanism kind of a thing. Okay, then we have verticillista. In verticillista is seen in tulsi plant. The tulsi plant is the one which is used like for the worshipping and all. So this is it, how it looks like. From single area, multiple these world kind of arrangement would be there. So means if this is the inflorescence, it will keep on growing like this. Further, it will grow like this. All the sides. Okay, so this kind of arrangement will form over here if you will see it. Understood? These are the inflorescence that we have to study. Moving on to the next thing. Now inflorescence means flower will form over there. So these are the flower things, right? Flower basic arrangements we have to remember. So let's just see one by one. So if you see that flower has 4 parts present. What are those 4 parts? Petals, sepals, pistil, and the stamen. So this stamen is also called as androecium. Pistil is also called as carpel. It is collectively, if they will be present, we call it gynoecium. Next, your petal is called as corolla. Your sepal is called as calyx, right? Now, if you see that your stamen has 2 parts. What are 2 parts? Anther and filament. Where your pistil has 3 parts, that is stigma, style, ovary. Okay, other part, all of these structures are present on what? Thalamus. All the 4 things are present on the thalamus, line wise. We will see that. If you see that these 2 parts are what? Non-essential parts. Non-essential parts, because they do not help in the reproduction. We call it non-essential. Whorl also. Whorl word is used for what? It's kind of leaf arrangements. So this is what a arrangement kind of a thing, which is what whorl means. Around that, from single point, multiple petal sepals will be coming out. So we call it whorl. Same goes with androecium and gynoecium. They are also called as reproductive whorl. So these 2 are what? These 2 are the reproductive whorl or the essential whorl. So this is what? Reproductive whorl or the essential whorl. You can call it whatever you want. Okay, now flower is what? Modified shoot. So one part of the shoot condensed into the inflorescence. We believe that there is a hormone called floragen which is doing it, although there is no evidence of such floragen hormone which is present. Now, if you see that, we said that at the lowermost level, there will be what? There will be calyx, then there will be corolla present, then androecium, then in the center, gynoecium would be present, right? So these are what? These are the different nodes only. Just remember. So stem has a node, so these are nodes only. And these things are what? These are the modified leaves only, which are modified over there. Okay. And they are what? This area which is present, like the internode between a flower, is absent. That's why they condense together. Condense means comes together closer to each other and appear like a single unit, right? But some flowers might have what? The spaces present between them. Okay, so if the space is present between these two areas, there will be what? A stalk kind of thing, or internode will be present, right? This internode name between the calyx and corolla, if some flower present, we call it anthrophore. Four word is used for what? Stalk like thing, right? Then corolla and androecium, if it has in between that there is present, we call it androphore. And between androecium and gynoecium it is present, we call it gynophore. Understood? So these names you have to remember. Very easy to remember, to be honest. Okay, the name itself is telling it. Gyno means gynoecium and the lower one present. Andro means androecium and lower corolla means. And the last you will always remember is anthophore. Okay, so if the petals, okay, if just imagine these two things are fused together, we call those structure as perineth. And the single unit of this would be called as tepal. Some plant like liliaceae have this thing. Okay, moving on to the next thing. Then the flower can be complete or incomplete. Complete flower is that flower which has all these four parts present. But even a single part is absent. We call it incomplete flower. This is a complete flower because it is fused together. It's not like that it's not present. But there are certain flowers where certain part is not present. For example, there are unisexual flower. Unisexual flower has what? Both the things, male and female part present into it. But what about a bisexual flower? They have either the male part or the female part. So we call it what? Incomplete flower. On that basis, flower can be considered as unisexual and bisexual. Till now we have shown that the plant can be monoecious or dioecious, but the flower can only be unisexual or bisexual. Okay, if you have a problem in this, let me know that I will make a short out of it. Moving on, the unisexual flowers, they have what? Either androecium or gynoecium present into it. Okay, only one part is present to it. Whereas bisexual has what? Both male and female part present on it. Okay, next thing is symmetry. Okay, in symmetry, what happened? Actinomorphic and zygomorphic or asymmetric. Asymmetric fiber like Kanna, NCRT has given these examples. So I have not writing the examples over here because we are understanding the word meaning more. Okay, actinomorphic and zygomorphic is what? Actinomorphic means that you have a radial symmetry. So this is what? Radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means what? That in animals we have studied, that means we can cut the organism into any part and it will form two equal parts. Okay, more than one plane can form it. That is actinomorphic or the radial symmetry. Zygomorphic means bilateral symmetry. There is only single plane through which you can cut the plant. Okay, asymmetric means you can't even cut it, right? Then on the basis of position of ovary, flowers are classified into these types. So we are doing the flower classification only. What are the types? Hypogynous, perigynous and epigynous flower. Now hypogynous flower means what? Hypo means below. Something would be below. So what will happen? All the parts of the flower will be below than the ovary. Means if the ovary is present here, from below the ovary there will be stamen coming, corolla coming, petal coming. Okay, this kind of flower is called as hypogynous. Hypo means below the ovary flower. Since the ovary is present above all the three parts of the flower, we call that ovary superior. It is on the top. Okay, then we have what? Perigynous. Perigynous means few parts are coming above the ovary, few parts are coming below the ovary. In which what happened? The ovary appears to be half superior, half inferior. So this is what we have said. Then we have epigynous. Epi means above. Above the ovary, parts are present. Means ovary is here. The parts are like stamen, your corolla and calyx will be present above to it. So we call it what? Epigynous or inferior ovary. Ovary is coming down than other parts. So ovary is on the inferior level. Understood this thing? Very important. And its examples, of course, super important. Okay, I just hope that you will be able to remember it. Okay, next comes what? Bracts. Sometime in flowers, what happen? Lower the flower level close to the axis area where the stem is coming, the peduncle is coming. There is what? There is a presence of a extra small leaf-like structure. We call them what? Bracts. This is not calyx. Calyx is present over here. This is what? This is the peduncle, right? Here it is certain extra part coming. Sometimes they are big also, modified also. Okay, so those small leafy like structure is called as what? Bracts, and they can be modified. For example, in case of bougainvillea, if you have not seen, see it. It's very common. You can see it if you are living in Pondicherry. It's present on that rock beach walking area also. Okay, so what happened in that? There is a pink color flowers, or there are multiple colors. Okay, in a white town, check it out if you are from Pondicherry. And if you are from Pondicherry, do let me know in the comment section. So what happened in that case? In that case, the bracts are so big, they change into petal kind of a thing. And you started thinking that they are the petals, okay, pink color petals. But no, they are what? They are the bracts only, modified into petal, colorful structures, so that they can attract the insects for the pollination. Because its own flower is very small and white in color. Clear with this thing? So this we have understood. Moving on to the next thing, that is the parts of the flowers and its terminologies with respect to it. We have first one called as calyx. Calyx is what? It's the green color part which initial days protects the flower bud. Okay, so it helps in the protection in the early stage. Single unit is called as sepals. Collectively it is called as calyx. Understood this thing, difference between calyx and the sepals. Then the calyx is fused or non-fused. Fused means gamosepalous, word we will give it. Non-fused we will call it polycephalous. Now how we will remember it? Poly means many. If many sepals will be seen, you can only see it when it is not fused. Individual present, you can count it, right? But if all is fused, we call it gamo. Together, fused. Okay, now these calyx can be modified. Sometimes what happen in case of sunflowers, they becomes what? They becomes hair-like structure, because that will later on help in the seed dispersal. Okay, so pappus is being the word used for it and seen in case of sunflower. So sunflower calyx would be what? Little bit hairy. Okay, then we have spinous, spine-like calyx present, which help in what? Protection. Okay, then they are colorful to attract the then comes the what? Corolla. Corolla is what? The single unit is called as petal, collectively called as corolla. They are colorful to attract the animals. They could be fused or non-fused. Simple word for fused, we use the word gamo, but here we will call it petal. So petals are, corollas are fused. Non-fused means polypetalous. Easy to remember. Next thing is that these both two things, how they are present on the flower shoot in a flower, that is called as the arrangement of that is the estivation. In estivation, what happened? That these are the 5 different type of it, out of which this is not given in NCERT. Rest all 4 are given in the NCERT. Let's try to remember it. Okay, so what happened? The first one is the simple that these are what the petals present. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see that all these petals are not joining at any level, means they are very much present on the same level but not touching each other. This kind of arrangement is called as velvet. Then the next is, if you see that one petal is inside covered by the adjacent one, but the other side it is outside. So this kind of arrangement is what called as twisted. Then after that, what happened? If you see that this petal is inside, this petal one side inside, one side outside, one side inside, one side inside, one side outside, and here this is outside completely. So means one petal is completely inside, One petal is completely outside without being overlapped by anyone. Three are being overlapped at one area, and the other area it is not being overlapped. It is out. This kind of arrangement is called as imbricate. Then in this, if you will see that what happened in this cases, two of them is outside and two of them is outside, two of them is inside, and one is twisted. Okay, so this is what your cuneicynical. Okay, and the last one is that there is a big petal, then there is two small petal, and the third, and then there is this petal which is joined together. Now these petals has a name. So this is what, this is a standard. Okay, this is the keels which are joins together. So certain name terminologies are being given to it. Okay, so this is what vexillary. So examples of this which is given in NCERT, you have to remember it from it. Arrangement I have told you, this is how you have to explain it in your academic exams also. You will make one and you will tell that no one is twisted, one twisted, this not twisted, like this. Okay, moving on to the next one, that is other part, that is androecium. So androecium is what? It's a male reproductive part. Single unit is called as stamen. Collectively it will call as what? Androecium. Now the stamen has three parts. Okay, but we consider it only two major parts. This is the connecting part of it. So what happened? We have an anther, we have a filament, and both of these things are connected with the help of connective. Okay, this part is the fertile part, this part is the sterile part, because this part only will have what? Male gamete present. Now the anther could be unithecus or bithecus, which means what? That how many inside it bags would be present, or the spaces would be present on which the male gametes would be containing over there. Now if a stamen is unable to produce the male gamete, we call it what? Sterile stamen, and it's the word is used for it what? Stamenoids. So certain plants have stamenoids present. Okay, now there are certain terminologies with respect to stamen which you have to remember. First is syn address. Syn word itself means together. Here what happens? The stamens are together present. Okay, means for example how they are present. This is the anther, this is the filament. Anther, filament. So they are all what? Together present. Syn genus. Genus means production. Together they would be producing. So means producing unit is what? This unit. Anther only, because that only will produce. That is only being together. Rest of them would be individual. Means filament would be individual only. Here the filament is also joined, if you see in the diagram. Okay. Then we have what? We have monoelphidus. Mono means single, elphidus means word elf. Elf is coming for androecium, male part. Okay, so what happened means in which all the filaments are fused together and appears as a single unit. So if you have seen the hibiscus, here the outer color means there is only single anther coming, a small filament is present, because all the other filament part is joined together and form a sheet kind of a thing. Okay, so that is what monoelphidus, single filament unit is present. Dielphidus means two, one is the bunch here present, other bunch is here. So two different bunches of stamen present, we call it dielphidus. Example P. Polyelphidus. Poly means many units would be present, means individually many multiple stamens are present. I hope these words are present. It is with respect to what? With respect to filament. Okay, and how they are appearing. Then we have epipetalous. Epipetalous means what? Petalous. Petals means means that anther is joined. Sorry. The stamen is joined with the petals. So epipetalous. Episepalous means stamen is joined with the sepals. Okay. Then epiphyllous. Here what happened? Phallus word is used for the perianth. Okay. So here the stamen is joined with the perianth. Moving on, D-dynous. D means and dynous. D means two. Dynamous means what? Okay, that also means two. So dynamous means what? That two whorls are present. Di means what? Each containing two. Means what? Androeciums are present in two different circles. Okay, one is the outer circle, then is the inner circle. Both the circle has two anther. Means two circles present, outer and inner. Two outer present, two inner present. Okay, so if you see from the above level, if these are the anther present, you will see that two anther are present in the same radius, two other is present on the other radius, means some kind of a imaginary concentric circles appearance would be there. Understood? Then tetra means over here that four stamens would be present in one. Di means the two circles here also. Outer will have two only, inner will have four present. This is seen in case of Brassicaceae family. We will learn it what it is. Okay, so this thing is understood certain terminologies. The last part of the flower is what? Gynoecium. Single unit is called as pistil and carpel. Carpel has three parts. So stigma is sticky or feathery, depends upon the plant. Style could be hollow and solid inside. Hollow means that space is present. Solid means no space is present. Cell is present over there. Ovary. Ovary has certain chambers present called as locules, or it is called as ovules. Now these ovules are attached to the inner wall with the help of what? Placenta. Okay, placenta is a joining over here. Now, and ovules only going to be forming what? Seeds. Ovary going to be forming what? Fruits. We know from the 10th class. Now, the carpels could be syncarpus, apocarpus. Syn means together. Means carpels are fused together. Apocarpus means carpel are fused. Now, on this ovules would be present. So, the arrangement of ovules on the placenta is our study, that is called as placentation. So we have total 6 types of it. NCERT says that 5 type of it. So which type is not present in NCERT? That is superficial. Okay. So this is not given over here, but other is over there. So if you see that what happened, marginal is seen case of P. So means if this is the arrangement, so this is what? At the margins, all the ovules would be present. Seeds would be present. You know, na, P you have eaten. So all are attached to the one layer. So this is a marginal kind of arrangement. Next, we have what? After marginal, we're going to be studying the parietal. Parietal means outer covering. For example, this screen has parietal area this present, right? My screen, not the whole screen. So this, if on this areas ovules are attached like this, okay, so we call it parietal. So if you see that this is what? Ovary wall, and through which only it is attached. So means it is attached what? At the side of the walls. Okay, then we have the axile. Axile means center, axis. Okay, so means here what happened? All of them are present in the center. Seeds. So can you see that seeds are present in the center area? Then we have the free central. Free central means what? They don't have any arranged connections with the side walls of the placenta. So if you see that what is what? This is present over here and this is present. Seeds are present in the center area. Like your lemon, citrus and all those seeds are present in the center now, they are not joined. Then we have the basal. Basal means it is attached to the base of all thing. Okay. And superficial is what? It is present like in between of it. Septum is present. Okay. Next comes that if seeds will develop, okay, sorry, ovule would be developed, ovary would be developed after the fertilization. They were developed into what? Fruits and the seeds. If you see the fruit, fruit is what? It is a ripened ovary. Ovary will have a outer wall. Okay. So this outer wall, fruit wall is called as that is what? Pericarp only. Okay. So ovary wall, this is the ovary wall is called as pericarp. Now this pericarp the ovary wall will change into the outer wall of the fruit called as epicarp. The center part is called as mesocarp and the innermost part is called as endocarp, and inside it only the next layer would be what? The layer of the seed. Now why the fruits are important? First of all, it will protect the seed and the embryo because inside it only seed present. Stored food for the germination of the seed because whatever the pulpy thing which will be present in the fruit, that will help in the growth. And seed dispersal also because you can protect it. You can take the fruit to the other part of the areas and you can grow it into the soil, right? So this thing is there. Now let's just talk about two fruits. I'm not writing it over here. I'm just talking about it over here. They are called as drupe fruits. What are they? That their endosperm is stony. Okay, stony means hard. Understood? A stone like thing, like that. Now what happened? That fruit is mango. If you see mango, the outer covering that you see of the mango, that is what a flesh we say, na? That is what epicarp. Okay, that is what? Epicarp. Now the pulpy part which we eat, Okay, that is called as what? Mesocarp. And then as the pulpy part is completed, there will be a white color thing, you call it seeds. No, that part is endocarp. Inside endocarp there will be seed present. Sometimes if you will break that thing, inside it embryo will comes out. Okay, so try to do it and find the embryo inside it. As well as there is a edible part will also come, that is a cotyledon. Okay, let's talk about the coconut. Coconut is also a drupe fruit. Okay, so if you see the coconut, we will talk about with respect to green coconut turning into the yellow brown coconut. So if you see the green coconut, the outer green color shell is what? Epicarp. Inside it, the thick part which later on becomes what? Fibrous, that is what? Mesocarp. So in case of coconut, mesocarp is not fleshy, which we can't eat it. It's what it is. It is what? It is fibrous. Then endocarp is what? Endocarp is stony over here. So if you have remembered that, if you have seen the brown coconut, it has what? Fibrous covering. That fibrous covering is what? Mesocarp. Inside it, that what? A stone thing is present. Stony thing is present on which the 3 black dots are also present in one axis, right? One pole. That is what? The stony endocarp. Inside it, the white color thing is what? Endosperm. Endosperm is what? We will learn it. Okay. So what happened, that whole thing that you are seeing, you have understood it, right? My question is that where is the embryo present? The answer to this question is the embryo is present on that 3 black dots. There only the embryo present. Okay. Now with respect to that, the fruits are classified. Before this classification, I want to tell you that fruits are further classified into true fruits, false fruit, or parthenocarpic fruits. What is the difference between it? Okay, there's no space to write that. So I will be adding one page. So fruits classification is also one another type, that is we have true fruit, we have false fruit, and we have parthenocarpic fruit. True fruits means those fruits which has been arising from the ovary only. Okay, arises or forms from ovary only, like mango, etc. Okay. False fruit means they are arising other than the ovary part. Example strawberry, example apple. In case of apple, its major part is being made up by what? Thalamus. Okay. So form along with other parts than ovary. Example apple has thalamus as a part of fruit. So thalamus also ripen up. Okay. Then parthenocarpic fruit means they are seedless fruit. Seedless fruit. Okay. They are what? They do not help in the sexual like the propagation of the plant, and they are artificially being produced where the seeds won't be there. So parthenocarpic fruits are what? Seedless fruits. We will remember it. We will remember it. Example what? We have seedless grapes. We have what? Banana. So this we will remember it. Coming back to our topic. Next is the how the fruits are classified on the base of their structures and development. So there are 3 different varieties of it. Simple fruits, aggregate fruits, and compound or the multiple fruits. So here you can write it compound. Compound or multiple fruits. Okay. Now simple fruits they develop from single ovaries. Okay. Aggregate fruit forms from multiple ovaries which are coming together, which are joined together and forming a single flower. So means when we were studying about the syncarpous condition, here what will happen? These kind of things might be present. Okay, understood the fact. Okay, if you didn't understand, let me know in the comment section. I will explain you much better. Then multiple fruits means that what multiple ovaries are present in one flower and then it is forming up. Okay, so this is also the example. Now in the simple fruits, there are further 3 types of fruits. Okay, so they are what like major 2 types we're going to be studying and then we will see it. So what are 2? Dry fruits or the fleshy fruits. Okay, dry fruits means that they will not have any fleshy part present into it. Okay, now let's see that dry fruits are further divided into 3 types. What are the 3 types? Dry dehiscent fruits, indehiscent fruits, or schizocarpic fruits. Now dry dehiscent fruits. Dehiscent fruits means that these fruits will dehisce. Dehisce means what? It will open up and then the seed will go out. Okay, means normally what happens? Does the mango ever open up? Is it like the mango will open on its own and the seed will go into the soil? Not now, but here this happens. What happens that these plants, the fruit will break down and open up and then it will release the seeds. Okay, very common example. If you see the pea, in pea what happened beta? Just remember one example, rest everything is similar. Okay, in pea what happened beta? You know that the pea you can open. You open the pea and get the peas out from it, pea seeds which you eat, right? So means what happened? It can open up, it can dehisce. Okay, so that thing only there. So we have what these types of it. What are the type? Follicle, that is calotropis. Legume, that is pea. These are the types and these are the examples. Then silicua, mustard. Silicula is capsula. Capsules kind of a thing, which is these all types present over there, that their mechanisms is different. Okay, then indehiscent fruits means which do not open up. Okay, you know that. What are that? Acne, that is clematis. Then we have clepsula, caryopsis means your rice and all those. Nut means your cashews and all those things. You know that they never dehiscence, right? It's tough for them, so we break them and open it up. Then utricle, samara, these are the example of it. Okay, then we have schizocarpic fruits. Schizocarpic fruits, splitting but not dehisce. Dehisce means completely opened up. Okay, but splitting means little bit opened up. So these 3 examples are there. Fleshy fruits, one example I've given you, what? Drupes. Drupes are in your syllabus. So if you see that drupe is what? Mango. Another example is coconut. Okay, in your book. Then we have what? Then we have that berry like tomato. We have pepo like cucumber. We have hesperdiums like orange, pom like apple, blastula like pomegranate. These are schizocarpic fruits. Then we have what? Aggregates means multiple ovaries. Like aggregates, we use the word etario. So etario of follicles, acne, drupe, very, and these are the examples of it. Then multiple fruits has further 2 types. One is what? Psoriasis, another is Syconus. So psoriasis is jackfruit. You know that jackfruit if you have seen it. Cyanosis is what? Fig. Okay, pineapple also comes into it. These examples only. Okay, these are the classification of the fruits. After that, we have what? Seed. We know that what is seeds? Ovule, when they were developed, it will develop into what? Seeds. It consists of different ploidy, means 2 different types of structures present into it. One structure is called as embryo. Embryo is what? Baby. Another is endosperm. Endosperm is there. Another ploidy is different. What does ploidy means? If you remember from the biological classification, if you remember from the plant kingdom, I told you that there are 2 different types of ploidy could be there, like haploid or diploid. Here we're going to be studying that. More than that could also be there, called as triploid, means 1 extra haploid content is being added up. So embryo is 2n, endosperm is 3n. What it happens, how it happens, we will learn it later in the sexual reproduction of flowering plants. Right now you don't have to understand. Just remember the fact that embryo has 2n ploidy, endosperm has 3n ploidy. Okay, now this endosperm do what? It provides foods to the embryo. Its major work is this. So the seed will have what? These are the structures. Outer covering will be there, protection covering, call it seed coat. Outermost part of the seed coat is called as testa. Innermost layer is called as tegmen. Remember this. Then embryo is what? Future plant present. And endosperm is what? It will nourishes the embryo. Now this endosperm in the seed can be present and cannot be present, because what happened, this endosperm major function is that when the zygote form, which will change into embryo, it provides food to that. Now what can happen, that it will provide the food something like either completely it will be consumed up, means non-endospermic seed would be there, means no endosperm present. But in some cases what happen, endosperm can be present. So that is called an endospermic seed. That will also provide food later on during the time of germination. Non-endospermic seeds are those, if anything left out also, it might be possible that it has given it to the cotyledons. What are cotyledons? Cotyledons is the reserved food part later on. Now, if you see the seeds, this is a dicot seed, this is the monocot seed. So dicot seed is like a gram seed. So if you see that from the outside, there is a small hole kind of a thing through which what happen, moisture can go inside, so that it makes the plant viable. If you opened it up, it will have two big structures called as cotyledons. Since two of them are present, we call them what? Dicotyledonous, okay, seed or dicot seed. Now if you see over here, there will be what? There will be a this part and this part, okay, it has been cut it up. So this is what? This is the embryo part of it. This upper part is called as plumule, this part is called as radicle, and this is what? This is a cotyledon. So there are two parts, epicotyle and hypocotyle, which means what? Epi means above, cotyle means cotyledons, hypo means lower, and cotyle means cotyledons. So if you see that, this is what epicotyle means, it is present above the cotyledon, right? And this is hypocotyle because this is whole cotyledons and it is present at the lower level compared to it. So hypocotyle, remember it. So this thing is there. Now I have told you that outermost seed layer is called as what? Testa. Innermost seed layer is called as stegmen. Very simple. What is this chalazal microphylla? These are the ends, we will learn it later on. Okay. Next is the monocot seeds. If you see the monocot seeds, they have what? It has an endosperm also present. So can we call that this endospermic seeds? Yes. So maize is the example of what? Endospermic seeds. This endosperm, in case of maize, is covered by this layer. This layer name is what? Alluran layer. Alluran word itself is for the protein, means this layer is made up of protein. Along with that, other layer of the will also be present into it. Okay. Now, this part is what? This is the area where your embryo will be present. So this is your embryo present. So embryo will have what? It will have a epicotyle, hypocotyle, which is what? Closer to the cotyledon. This is part is what? This is the cotyledon. Okay, it has single one, we call it monocot. Now it has a radicle. Radicle will do what? The root part. It has a plumule which will form what? Shoot part. Along with that, it has certain extra coverings also present to protect the embryo. The covering name is coleopatile and coleorhiza. Coleopatile, P word is coming into it, means it will protect the plumule part of it. Coleorhiza, R word is coming, means it will protect the radicle part of it. And these two are the protecting units of the embryos. Radicle and plumules makes what? Radicle makes the roots, plumule will make what? Shoot. We have studied it. So this thing has been shown in the diagram also. Moving on, in case of this maize seed, there is extra thing present around the radicle, that is root cap. What is the role of root cap? Write down in the comment section, because we have already studied in the last video. Okay, that is about the plant, plant morphology. Next is what? Is the floral diagrams, which we're gonna be doing in the next video. So if you like this video, let me know in the comment section how you are feeling with these videos. If you like it, give it a like, share it with your friends and the NEET aspirants, whether you are doing it for 2026 or 2027 or maybe in future. This will help you out a lot. Even these books, these notes would be helpful to the ICSE students also from 9th and 10th class. You can refer these to them. You can refer to for the Olympiads and the BITS and NTSE examinations as well. Well, that's all for this video. Thank you. And these notes would be available on the Telegram and on my WhatsApp channel. Link will be in the description.